the discovery episode. Oh, hey, Matt, by the way, Matt, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's. Whoops. I'm gonna, since you're here briefly, because I know you're busy. Let's go back to the go. I'm gonna quickly jump in that beast for a second. And you'll see why it's such a sought after vehicle. Just check the thing out. Just check it out. Yeah, I was actually here. I was just microphone off because there was no one else talking. I wanted to wait and see if anyone would come and say something. This is the beast. This has got a kind of crocodile. Oh, it was interesting skin. This thing basically goes anywhere. You can see why it's so sought after for doing the scouting when you need to go and explore. There's actually some sections in this, the Michigan Scroll. You need to get to some different points. Where are those points actually? Get to all those places around here. But now that I've got this truck unlocked, I can use it to go and find these upgrades. Like there's an upgrade there. There's an upgrade over here. And this thing is just the scouter's dream. Takes nothing really stops it. It really shouldn't when you look at it. Mud, he'd set up for dead breakfast. I was happy I found it last night because I had a pretty shitty. I just wasn't happy with the stream and GD7 at the moment, so I'm just going to give the. I'm just going to enjoy the racing in GD7 at the moment. Okay, you're just going to hear me talk a bit more than normal just for this little section here, because one problem about streaming Snowrunner is if you go to a radio station, the petrol stations have this music playing, and that music that they play at the radio station is really poor quality, just like background music. But you get a you don't get a copyright strike, but you get a copyright claim against your video. Believe it or not. Now we're going to go down here. I'm a crazy. What, maybe no. Okay. Yeah, I think I saw you mention that. I'm pretty good at the racing. It's just you have to rely on other people doing the right thing, and as you experience with your race, you can make a little mistake, and a little mistake on that track has massive consequences, because everyone is just, they want to overtake it at the first corner. It's not like in real racing where, you know, you'll wait your time. In this, it's kind of like, oh, I'm faster than you, so I expect you to get out of my way. If you don't get out of my way, I'm just going to push you out of my way. Kind of attitude in a lot of the racing online, unfortunately. And I'm just kind of over the standards in driving at the moment. So I'm just going to not worry about streaming, because when streaming it's also extra pressure on one. So I'm just going to enjoy the racing for the moment. If I have a good race, I'll edit the video and upload it so you guys can see. Of course. So this is where we need to get an unlock. This is why I love this truck so much. You just basically drive on everything. Whoop, got it. Haven't got myself stuck here. No, that's okay. But yeah, this is the racing at the moment. It's just annoying me. There's people that make mistakes, and when they're making the mistakes, they're just driving straight back on the track to defend their place instantly. And you can see they had control when they do it. You see that race that I uploaded. That guy, realistically, he got back on after making his mistakes quite aggressively. Now I could have been aggressive back, but it's just no point. But it's when people lose it, they tend to just fight straight back on the track again. It's how they re-enter after making a mistake that annoys me sometimes. They don't give a shit about you behind. In real life, you know, someone's not going to just come flying back on the track like they do in GT7. Yeah, it's his fault for losing control in the first place. Sounds more like an unfortunate situation though, that one. But you can see what a beast this thing is. It just absolutely eats mud, eats anything, just goes for any terrain. Goes to some main angles. This thing is just amazing. I don't sit on the side of the road, but I will wait until I see there's a nice clean gap, and I'll keep to the side. I won't. A lot like you saw in the video that I did, the guy just went straight into the middle of the road. If I did that, I'd at least keep to the side. You give racing room, so you've made a mistake, so someone's close enough by you, they're going to get past you. And don't be a dirty one, because if you did that in real life, you'd be pinged for a dirty rejoin, or whatever you call it, a bad rejoin, dangerous rejoin. No, I don't forgive it. I don't forgive it when they make mistakes. You're nicer than me, Matt. Okay, let's go up this way. I might as well do these things. I have to go to these different flag points. Well, maybe I'll go up this way and get to that one, then up that way. Yeah, that's the plan. Let's do that. And you can do that in this thing. It's basically a tank. You can see why it's the choice when it comes to the scouting. Scouting obviously is when you're going around unlocking places and stuff like that you do in this game. I think we can go this way. Yeah, we can, I think. Looks like a kind of road. Let's go up to this point there. This is the beast. This is why you want this beast. So I don't know how much that special is for Snowrunner on PSN. It might not even be the Aussie one. I just feel like I don't know if he's a it's Aussie or not, so I'm not sure if that's special. I can't see it because I've already got the game, so unfortunately I don't see if it's on special or whatever the price is. Now we need to go to that one there. Be about this thing is just go, okay, Leroy! But it'd be good if the price is pretty good on this. But what? Out of all ways I went straight to that tree. Trying to figure out which way to go. Come on, around the tree. I'm turning to the right now. Another tree. Oh, mind you, it's a bit hard to see. A bit hard to see, the tree. That almost rhymes. Now we need to get to that point. I try and laugh, but I'm just getting too frustrated. Probably at myself, I'm making some silly mistakes. I'm frustrated with my wheels issue. I've got a lot of stress and pressure on at the moment with this whole limo thing too. Let's see, where's the next point? Might go to that one there, then that one there, then there. Okay, so just keep going straight ahead, I think. It is stressful when you're streaming too, to be honest. I just need a bit of a stressless time at the moment, so I'm just going to have a break from streaming GT7. I think as I said, if I have a good race or something comes up, I'll upload that race. I'm just going to enjoy the driving side. I might try a bit later on, actually during the day instead of the evening, to see if what the racing's like during the day. Or the kiddies should be in school. But I think you can see the beauty of this machine. It's like putting the game into easy mode. But a fun easy mode. This is just such a fun thing to drive. Can we go through this way, or do I have to go up and around? I think I've got this way. She's a beast. I wanted to unlock it anyway, so doing it. But I did it for you, Maddie. I went and did these missions for you, buddy. This was for you. How special do you feel that you got this guy on the other side of the country do something just for you? Yeah, you don't need the shed, mate. It's too cold. Way too cold. Bloody cold up here. It's raining. We had really strong rain all day, all night. We've had floods. Apparently, we've had some flash flooding. Not really bad. We have had in Queensland of late. But yeah, it's not been the best of weather. It's cold, miserable. Just yeah. So I'm just sitting on the couch, No point going, I should get a haircut, but I might do that next week. It's just too cold to go out. The only good thing about going out is in the BMW, it's got nice heated seats. So I get a nice warm tush. And back, it doesn't just heat your tushy, it heats up your back as well, which is pretty good. Okay, low ratio, I think this is the last one I need. Being a limousine driver, I do need to make sure the hair is done properly. But I can only have a female cut my hair. Because when I was young, honestly, when I was young, I was molested by this disgusting man when I was in my early teens. And since then, I can't cope with a male touching me. So I can't go to a barber. It's normal hairdressers. It's not cheap to get your hair cut anymore. But yeah, I can only have a female cut my hair. And hey, it's nothing like I don't mind a nice, good-looking female cutting my hair. Can't say no to that. The only time I get a female touch at the moment. No, I'm being a naughty man. Dirty old man. Oh, I only want the young ladies to cut my hair. You're such a pretty young lady. Okay. Before I scare you completely off, we're going to go down here, we're going to jump back in those other trucks and we're going to take them over to the next section. We're going to need this truck over there too, so... Wow. Well, you see, what happened to me was done by a prominent person at a certain place down in Victoria. And I actually had gone to the police to have him charged. The stupid thing is, he claims he thought I was of legal age. And even though this was quite a few years ago that I actually did it, the police can't charge him because they have to go by the rules of the year the offence happened. And he claims that he thought I was of legal age. The proof that would have shown that he knew that I was not of legal age went missing. It's a stupid rule. I mean, the guy got banned from the place, so he was a pretty prominent person. So at least I can thank that he lost his position at where he was and stuff like that. But I never really felt like justice was ever paid for what he did to me. He basically barred me for life. I'm open about it now because you know what, if someone's going to think bad of me for something that happened to me that was out of my control, then they're not worth knowing. But yeah, I'm not homophobic, but I'm afraid because of what happened, I suppose in a way you can kind of say that I am homophobic, but for a legitimate reason, not for just, well, because you're a homo or something like that. I don't have a problem with gay people. I just can't stand the touch of a male. It brings back too many bad memories about what happened. Yeah, it's amazing when other teachers can know about it. But unfortunately, with my situation, I wasn't able to. They weren't able to charge him. Good old loopholes in the legal system, unfortunately. I think he's dead now anyway, so... yeah. Believe me, you don't realise just your school years how it can mar one for life. I was already having a very hard time at school. I was the bullied at school, always the bullied. People made fun of me because of my last name. I'm an emotional person, so when you're an emotional person you react, and of course the bullies, they love that. They want a reaction. So yeah. My high school life honestly was shit. Absolutely shit. I had to leave school at the start of year 11. It just got too much. I haven't got a year. I never passed year 11 or 12. I never finished school. I've only got a year 10 pass. And that's all because I was bullied. And half the time the teachers didn't do a shit. Actually, some actually were worse. I used to get away from the kids. At lunchtime I used to go in the library. But then the main teacher in the library didn't like me coming to the library all the time. He knew that I was getting bullied. He knew why I was going into the library. He kicked me out of the library. It's basically throwing someone from the fire into the fire pit. I mean, just disgusting the way some teachers dealt with the situation. I think it's a lot better nowadays. They seem to deal more with bullying. I've brought my son up to know that bullying is wrong. Don't make fun of someone, you don't know what effect that could have on one. And honestly, bullying has affected me. And I'm 48 years old, and believe me, I know bullying can really fuck one's whole life up. I've got no self-esteem at all, and of course when you've got that kind of thing, you become prey for these dirty people. And unfortunately, what happens when we're teenagers, when we're at school and all those things, that defines our life. That defines who we are. It's like it's the hard copy, you know. And as much as you try and change it and deal with it, you can't. You have to learn to live with what is. So a lot of kids, I think nowadays, they really need to realise what they do to themselves as a teenager defines who they're going to be as an adult. That's why I don't agree with us trying to make kids grow up too soon. You know, oh, you're such a young adult. He's so mature. If they're pushed into it, I just think we try and make our kids grow up too quick. I never really had much of a child. I have a childhood I just forget. I basically have a block from probably age about 12, 13 until I was in my early 20s. Those years in between, yeah, it's a mental block. That's why I honestly don't have any friends. Those friends I do, they come and go, but because of who I am, I just seem to scare them away, or they take advantage of my nice. I'm a nice person. I'm a Mr. Goody Goody. I'm a nice person, and people take advantage of that. So yeah, only real friends I have at the moment were you guys, and that's what the whole Rory situation. I was having all these guys coming to my stream, and it felt really good until that whole Rory didn't really like it, and I think I got a feeling he won't admit it, but I think he thought I was stealing some of his fans and stuff like that. And some of those guys have turned their back on me again now. I'll go into the chat in Rory's stream just to say hi, and those guys that used to come to my stream are there, chatting away, all happy, and basically ignore me. Rory himself ignores me, so yeah, I've just got no time for him anymore. I've unsubscribed. I used to go in there to talk to some of the other guys. It was fun. It felt a good social group. But I just don't want anything to do with him anymore. What he did, honestly, what happened with him reminds me of when I was a teenager, when I was being bullied. That's what it felt like. I felt like I was being bullied all over again. In a different way. But yeah. Not a situation I was very happy with. Okay, now we need to go back to the other map. Jump in the... go through the map, then go and get the other one. He's thunder. His attitude is what really pissed me off. I used to like him. I said I came to him because he had a good attitude. He had a good racing attitude that he wouldn't get upset. And he's even been doing. He even did a video the other day when he took out a dirty driver, and that was something that he would never do in the past. The guy has changed, and not for the better. The guy changed. And they said it's not for the better. He's not the person I originally subscribed to. But what I'm not sure if he's aware of the effects of what he did. The way he acted after I was just doing a stream talking about some of the disappointments, the things I was worried about him, had an effect where people unsubscribed me. Like DJ William, he did some amazing skins for me. He unfriended me everywhere. He unsubscribed me. And he was there that very night that Rory lost it. He was there. He was having fun. He was part of the stream. He was actually agreeing with a lot of the things I was saying. But because he got caught out, he unfriended me on PSN. He removed all the skins and logos he did for me. Now that is, I mean, worse than selfish. I'm sorry, but that upset me more than what Rory said. But I do blame Rory for that. The way that he acted that last night, and I'm not going to say who, someone told me that he went into the mod group on Discord and bitched and complained about what happened in my stream. And I wasn't bad-mouthing Rory. I wasn't saying he was a bad person at all. We were concerned about some of the things he was doing. We were concerned about the sun changing. But we weren't having a go at him or anything. We weren't saying anything bad about him. We were just having some... It was actually a really fun night. That was actually one of my most favourite nights. I really enjoyed that stream. Then after that, then he came in and just left his comment, called in to say hi. I think it's more that someone, I think we know who it is now, told him to go in there. And he said that then he had to go to everyone in the mod group. He basically had to go to the mods that were in my group, that were in my stream. He basically had to go at them for being there, effectively. And now if you see, I called in recently, I would call into Roy's streams and say hi to him, and he completely ignores me. He used to always mention me in the streams. And now, no, the guy is just... He's changed, and not for the better. His attitude's changed. He's a bit of a bully now. And that really, really stuffed around with me, to be honest. So yeah, it is what it is. But honestly, some of the stuff that I'm going for at the moment, I blame him. I feel like I've been put back in the bully days again. It made me feel really low. Honestly, I don't think I've fully recovered from what he did. So yeah, I guess I blame Rory for that. I'm just not enjoying my streaming at the moment. I really enjoyed the streaming when I had a whole lot of people come in and chatting and stuff like that. Phil, I liked him coming in and doing his jokes. I had a lot of those guys that were mods and quite well spoken of in Roy's stream, but I noticed now when I go into Roy's streams, I don't recognise half the people there anymore, and it's just not the same place that I subscribe to. Maybe he's just grown too big. He's too big now. That happens, you know. I forgot to put those extra lights on. That's a pity. I think he's made. Sometimes you can get too big. So when you get too big, too many people comment in the stream, and it's so hard. It's so easy to miss people's comments. So yeah, I would like to get to 1,000 subscribers just so I can do a bit more of the channel. And yes, monetize my videos, though I do that properly. I don't. One thing that shits me off about people who monetize videos, especially the smaller YouTubers, are ones that have mid-roll. Number one, mid-roll adverts. I cannot start mid-roll adverts. I don't mind having an advert at the start, as long as it's skippable. Adverts at the start of a video, because that's supporting that person. I don't mind that. But when they put mid-roll adverts in and non-skippable adverts, it shits me off. I remember one guy I was watching his video, a mid-roll advert came on, which was unskippable, and it was 3 minutes long. So I just stopped watching the video. I think mid-roll adverts are not good. So the ones at the start that are skippable, I hate the ones that are unskippable. That really pisses me off. But mid-roll, I just hate them. Yeah, he's quite selfish. That's one way of saying it. Yes, and yes, I did say I did just say that about him, didn't I? I've just called him selfish. Well, in a way, yeah, Rory has become a bit selfish. Yes, he puts it's for his family, but that's still part of that can still be seen as selfish. Yes, he looks after his family, and the problem is he sees it as a business. He sees what he's doing as a business. He doesn't do it for the passion. Most people do it for passion. I do what I do for passion. I don't do YouTube videos to make money out of it. Would I like to get a little bit of money out of it? Yeah, of course. I'd like to have a bit of money so I can put it back into the channel just to get better gear and all that other stuff. I'm hoping I'll be able to afford to get this new wheel soon. I reckon I'll become a much faster driver if I could. But yeah. I need to go back and grab that trailer that I dropped off over here. That's right, because we went and did that mission. So off we go. Not just passion, respect. I respect people. I understand that everyone has reasons behind who they are sometimes they're there. But I'm the person that would still open the door for a lady. I've got those old-fashioned virtues that I thank my father for bringing me up with. I believe in all those things. Younger generations don't have that. They've got no respect anymore. It's just absolutely... I'm disgusted with the attitude some kids have nowadays. And some younger adults, not just kids. I love social media. But I know social media, I use that. And I keep in touch with some friends like I used to have in Melbourne and stuff like that. Whoops, we got some damage there. Going too fast. Have you checked out how much the sale is for this game on PSN? Maddie? Is it on sale? I don't know. I was told by Philip Green that it is. I can't check because I've already got the game, so it won't show up on mine. It might not be on the AU PSN either. Maybe it's only on sale over in Europe or something, so I don't know. But hopefully if it is, it's a pretty good deal because it does come, apparently it comes with the Season Pass 1, so it's discounted, plus it has Season Pass 1. So that's pretty good value. I'm intrigued to know how much it is and if it's worth it. And hopefully you can get it so we can play some Snowrunner together. But yeah, my first aim at the moment is, well, get this work. When I get the start getting some proper money from doing this limousine work, I really want to get that wheel stand and the pedals. But honestly, the way this pedal goes, I kind of want the steering wheel first, mainly because I'm sick and tired of having these problems with this Logitech wheel. I will never buy a Logitech, or I will ever recommend anyone get the Logitech wheel. Get the Thrustmaster T300 or something like that. Don't get Logitech. That's the problems, and I've had the same problems with the other ones that I've had before with the pedals and stuff, so it's just not worth it. I would have thought I would have learned by now. Oh, well, the only reason why I got the Logitech is because that happened in 2020, about midway through 2020, we were having all the lockdowns and crap like that, and my G29 died. I wanted to get the T300, but nowhere had stock of it. The only way I could get it was through Afterpay, and only place I could get it was EB Games with the Logitech G923. So yeah, it's the only reason why I got a Logitech again, was because it was in COVID. I just had no other options. I didn't really want to have Logitech again either then. And being in lockdown, you know, in lockdown you want to so where do we need to take this? I need to take over to the warehouse. Okay. But during a lockdown, believe me, you want your wheel, because there wasn't much else I could do. I did a lot of Gran Turismo Sport during that time. We were in lockdown. Thank God for games when you're in a bloody lockdown, I tell you that. The first racing game I played, and I've loved racing game cars ever since I was born. But my first racing game was a game called Pit Stop 2 on an 8088 PC. And that was in Launceston, when I lived in Launceston, Tasmania. So my first real introduction into really gaming was when I lived in Tassie, at Exeter in Launceston there. Dad had this 8086 with a 4-colour CGA monitor, and I remember playing Pit Stop 2. Whoops. Damaged the tyre again, that's strange. Pit Stop 2. What else was there? All the Quest games, like Police Quest 1, 2, King's Quest and all that. I remember, loved those. Leisure Suit Larry, Flight Simulator. You know, that started off, my gaming career probably started when Tassie, so yeah. So yeah, I'm 48 years old, and yes, I play games. I enjoy it. It's because of what happened to me when I was a kid. It was kind of like the escape from reality I needed. I'm not into watching football. I love watching motorsport. I watch supercars and the V8s and Formula 1. Pissed off it's gone behind a paywall, but I do KO now, so at least I can watch Formula 1. I don't agree with supercars going behind a paywall. I actually started a Facebook group against the whole Foxtel. When Foxtel announced they bought the rights to supercars, I started a Facebook group against that deal, because I could see that it was going to affect us, and it has affected the series. A lot of big sponsors pulled out because they're not getting the free-to-air coverage that they wanted to have. Foxtel themselves did not get the turnout they thought would. My Facebook group, even to this day, it's got a bit quiet nowadays, but it's up to 13,000 people, and the stories you hear from people who can't afford to pay to buy a box of V8 supercars, or can't get it because of where they live, all those things, you know, or people just don't believe in paying for it. And some of the stories I read of some of the followers of the supercars, and the stories behind why they have stopped watching and following it now. They did lose thousands of supporters. Yes, they've got some new ones, but a lot of the old time guys that used to follow the supercars back in the Group A days, like Group A days, they're like Simmons Plain. I remember going and seeing the Ford Sierras against the Nissan GDR and stuff racing at Simmons Plains in Tassie. Dick Johnson against Peter Brock and all those stuff. Oh, there's a lot of weird sims out there, believe me. I think I've heard of Gear Club. I don't think it's that good, to be honest. I have most of the any decent sim, racing sim, especially racing sim. I have, and I get them all. I've got them on PC. I've got a pretty decent PC that it does need a new motherboard. CPU and RAM getting a bit old. It's got a decent GPU though. I've been through the whole 3D from before 3D graphics up to now. I've seen so much change in the gaming industry. Yeah, I'm passionate about motorsport. Not really motorbikes, that. More four-wheel type. They're on Game Pass. They just bought out MotoGP 22, so downloaded that to have a bit of a go. It's not bad as a game actually. It's quite fun. I need to play more of F122 as well actually. I've got that on PS5. I should play some more of that. Might fire that up this afternoon. Oh, that'd be cool. So have you found out what the price of Snowrunner is on the PSN? Use the search option, look up Snowrunner. I kind of like another thing that kind of draws me into this kind of game is it kind of reminds me of mid to late 70s, very early 80s, before we moved down to Melbourne, then ended up in Tasmania in the late 80s. But the late 70s, we used to live up at a place called Weipa, northern Queensland, in a mining town, and we used to go four-wheel driving just about every weekend. I mean, real four-wheel driving. None of this pissweek stuff a lot of people do nowadays. I mean, I'm talking about serious four-wheel driving. And this kind of always had interest in me, but I never really wanted to do four-wheel driving in real life. But I do like this kind of thing. So it's unique. It's the experience of getting through the mud and stuff that I enjoyed. So this is delivering container 1. We've still got 2 more containers to go yet. Not for sale in Australia. Not on sale, shouldn't it? The game's on sale in Australia, but the sale's not on. Well, that sucks. So it's still full price, huh? Yeah, hopefully they should, if they've got it for sale somewhere else, they should here, shouldn't they? You would think so. Going to turn around and go back and fill up. But keep an eye out in case it does go on sale. We'll blame Philip Green for getting our hopes up. funny how one's mood can be linked to the weather, and it's just cold and miserable, raining at the moment. I'm feeling the same. I'm just feeling cold and just down, and kind of just want to just go back to sleep again. Had a restless night because the rain was really noisy. So yeah, I'll probably get back to refill this truck, and then I may end the stream. I'm just feeling a bit dopey at the moment. I think I just need to have a bit more of a lie down because I didn't have a very good night's sleep. So you've been to Weeper, have you, Matt? My father was one of the managers at Camalco back then, and some of the stuff I used to do there up in Weeper. We used to live on what's called Manager's Row. It was up the front. I actually had a friend in Weeper. His name was Matt Steinel. So it must be a good name, Matt, huh? Yeah, we used to live. We lived there for 5 to 6 years. Some of the stuff that we did, I mean, there was this place. It was a bit of a walk to get there. Me and my mates who went there, we used to call it the 7 tunnels. And it was just these 7 tunnels that went underneath the road, and they're on an angle, so water would just go from one side to the other, and it would slide. And you used to use it as a slide, so basically go there and have a lot of fun and stuff. And one day, me and some friends, we went there. We had some great fun swimming, and I came home. We weren't supposed to go there. And I got home, and Mum asked me, "Where have you been?" And I told her, "Don't tell me where you've been." And I said, "Up to the 7 tunnels." And Mum just went like white like a ghost, and I go, "What's wrong, Mum?" She goes, "They just caught a 7-foot crocodile there, salty." So basically, we had been swimming with a 7-foot crocodile. We went camping once, and during the night the dog started barking, and we had the dog in the tent. We had a big tent, and Dad went out to see what the dog was barking at, and we're up on the shore of a freshwater creek, and Dad just come back into the tent and said, "Okay, everybody, when I say so, go and get in the car for a drive as soon as I say it's safe." He wouldn't say why, and we had to go and get into the 4-drive about midnight. And at that point he told us that when he opened the tent to see what dog was barking at, there was a massive crocodile on the outside of our tent. Yeah, you would get bauxite. Yeah, the good old bauxite. Yeah, well, Dad was in charge of most of that up in Weeper. He was one of the big managers. So yeah, Weeper. I'll tell you one. The British are complaining about a 40-degree day. We're gonna die. I remember once up in Weeper, went for a 50-degree day. Man, that was hot. I mean, oh, that was hot. Any mate, I could do this, but I'm feeling a bit tired. And what time is it now? Nearly lunchtime, and I really need to go out and get some food because I haven't got anything to cook, and there's a bit of a low on the rain at the moment, so I might go down to the shops and get some lunch and some food stock for the week. So thanks so much for the chat, Matt. I hope we do find go get a haircut. Yeah, I usually walk past the places and look in to see who's working. They've got some cuties in there. I'll go and get my haircut, but usually they're full. I'm not one to make a booking, so if they're empty and they've got availability, I'll go and get my haircut. But yeah, maybe I should do that. I'll probably do it next week though. Could do with the warmth of the extra hair at the moment. Anyway, mate, all the best. I might stream again later this afternoon. Tonight, I don't know. Not going to be streaming GT7 for a bit. But, yeah, I'll see you around, buddy. Catch up on Discord as always. I'll enjoy my day, and you enjoy your day too, mate. You enjoy your day too. Stay safe, and bye for now. See you guys.